guys, welcome back to the channel. And as you guys can see, we are in a new car. Just giving you guys a little hint. We're not going to show you the car yet, but it's a two-door. Everything's pretty much finalized. I'm going to take it. We're going to be driving from New Jersey back to North Carolina, but we're actually going to be stopping in Baltimore, Maryland. So I'll show you guys the car probably in a different location, and then just kind of explain to you guys later on why I got this car. Alright guys, so I haven't showed you guys the car, but we made a little stop in Baltimore, which I haven't really been here, so we're gonna check it out for a little bit. We're gonna go to the casino, waste a little bit of money, hopefully win. But after this little part that you guys are gonna see, then I'll show you guys the car in the morning before we leave. I'll talk to you guys about it, and then I'll do another video later on doing the install of what's gonna be coming, or the whole process of prepping the car. So yeah, that's gonna be for a different video, so stay tuned guys. Get that money. Get that money back.
Get that car parts.
The jackpot. Psych. Yeah, $1. So you guys ready to see it? So here we have it. 440i manual in Snapper Rocks blue metallic, I believe. This thing looks very close to Atlantis. Obviously it's a little bit more. Ah, damn it, I got birch. Oh fuck. We're gonna have to clean that off anyways. We're gonna have to do a different hood. I want to do a custom hood, somewhat of a custom hood on this. But yeah, here we have it. It's hard to tell what color it is on camera. On camera it kind of looks like Astoria blue, so it might look different once I actually upload it. But I've seen Atlantis blue one time. I can't remember. It's I think a little bit more green than this, but this is a bit of a mixture. I believe this is, to me, if you were to mix let's say Atlantis blue metallic and maybe Astoria blue, you would probably get this color. So it's a color that I haven't really seen too often, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to get the car. Like, I had never seen this car in person, so I decided to come up here and get it, and sight unseen. It does have a few blemishes that I will talk to you guys about. The previous owner said that a shopping cart went into it, scuffed up the bumper, took off a little bit of paint, and then put a little dent on the trunk over here. I mean, that must have been a really strong shopping cart, but either way, it's fixable. It's just right now we're on like a really time constraint, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get that to the show. So I'm actually taking this to BMW Invasion. So I have a bunch of parts coming in for this car, and a few parts that are inside the car waiting to go on. So big shout out to Keith's Motorsports and Souvenir for partnering up for this build, this project. So we're gonna have this car looking good. It's gonna look a little bit different in a matter of a few days. So I got a lot of work ahead of me, but we're gonna be good to go. I'm actually gonna be raising this car. This thing is slammed. Like back in my days, I would have preferred having something like this, but right now it's a little bit too low. So I just want to give you guys a quick walk around. I'm going to get the front bumper resprayed for the meantime for the show, and then the hood is just going to be little touch-ups here and there, and then just clean it up, give it a polish job, maybe a quick buff job, and it should be good. I mean, the car's in really good shape overall. Obviously it's been daily driven, so it's taking a little bit of damage, but nothing that can't be repaired. So once I get back home, I'll probably film a little bit more so you guys can see the car. All right guys, so we finally made it back, and here we have the car. I gotta say, this car is really fun. I was not expecting it, but it is a manual. So this is a B58 manual, 2018 440i. Look at that. So I was originally looking for a 340. That was the plan. And at one point I did want a 4 Series, but I didn't really want to get one because Miguel had one, and I wanted to keep it a little bit different between him and I, just because we're always hanging out together. But you know, a 4 series was always like in the back of my mind, and then this one came up. I happened to see it within like 2 days that he had posted it online, and started talking to him. And you know, long story short, I made plans to fly out to pick it up. So here we got the manual. The car is, you know, dirty, so it's gonna have to get a good detail. It's got 48,000 miles right now by the time that we made it back, so it was a long drive. But unfortunately, an hour away from the house, I was behind a dually. The dually kicked out a rock, and I wasn't able to go anywhere. We were going like 65, 70 miles an hour. It was raining, and you can see here that it took some paint off. It's not focusing, but it created like a little dent. So for now, I'm just gonna touch it up and leave it, take care of it once we get back from the show. So in this lighting, you can tell that it looks more green. So I can't really picture, I can't explain if this looks maybe like more of a mixture of Long Beach blue and Atlantis blue. I think that's pretty much where I'm getting at with this one, or this is the vibes that I get. And yeah, so it's a unique color. You don't really see it too much. I know this might be like a love it or hate it type of thing for some people. It's bright, but it does turn a little bit of heads here and there. I don't know, guys. I really enjoy this thing. It's not the reveal video that I would have liked to make for this car, but we're on like a time crunch, and I'm really gotta work on this project. So I gotta take the bumper off. I'm actually about to pull it in, take it off, drop it off at the body shop, get it resprayed, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. I realized that I forgot to mention some things that this car has that's been done to it, and normally I don't like to buy cars that have been modified. This is an exception. So depending on who I talk to who has a car, if I feel confident in the car, then I'll consider it. If it's been slightly modified, then I've always considered cars like that. But some of the cars that have been heavily modified, I almost bought one, but then I was like, you know what else am I gonna do with it? There were two things that I wanted to do with a certain car, and then after that, like, I thought about it, and I was like, there's really nothing else that I might want to do to it. So I didn't go with that. I was actually gonna buy a friend's F30, but I ended up deciding on looking for a 340 manual, mostly stock. Could not find one because the prices were so high. This one was really not that far off from some of the prices that I had seen on some of those 340s, but realistically the 4 series have always been more expensive than the 3 series, and I got this one for a better deal. So I felt confident in the car with the mods that he had done. He was very open about everything, and I can count on him if I ever have any other questions for him to respond back. So just to go off the list of what's been done to this car, so it is got new spark plugs. It's got the B58 TU high pressure fuel pump, which is the fuel pump that comes in the newer B58s. It also has a callus downpipe, boot mode, stage 2 plus. It does have the clutch delay valve kit, which that might be the reason why I like the manual more than I thought that I would. So for those that are not familiar, basically there's like a little O-ring in one of the I think that pushes the clutch fluid out, and it's meant to be for safety purposes. That way, so you don't burn out your clutch as soon as, let's say if anybody were to have issues driving the car. And what happens is that I think there's a little lag while you're switching gears. So a lot of people remove that it's like a little metal clip, metal O-ring that you take out. So let's say, for example, the hose is this size, right? And then with the little reduction thing that BMW puts in, it makes it this much. So it's forcing the fluid to kind of go in through like a smaller hole basically. And I'm probably not explaining it fully correctly. So if you guys are interested, there is going to be videos online on YouTube if you guys want to look them up. So that's pretty much what it is. So also it has a 550/335 IS clutch. I think they use the same one. So he just recently replaced this, he said, back in October, and mostly it's not because he had any issue with the clutch, but because a lot of people, they tend to go for that clutch when it comes to upgrading it. In case you're pushing power, the factory clutch tends to not hold it. but the 550, it's an upgrade, and it's pretty common from what I've seen. So aside from that, it also has the BMS clutch stop and the M Performance exhaust. That's pretty much it when it comes to performance. He also has the exterior, like I said, the Euro black line tail lights, stud conversion. So the lug nuts that he has on there are the Part Shop Max lugs, yeah. And they're pretty much, I guess, like a locking lug nut. So they look pretty cool. So you know, that's a good thing on that. And you know, KW V2 coilovers, paint match reflectors, which I mean, that's all gonna get repainted anyways. And the Akebono brake pads. So he just recently did the brakes as well. So good car overall to start with. It helps me kind of get the car to another step a lot quicker, so I can tackle everything else that I want to do to this car and make it to the show. So yeah, so anyways, let's continue the video. The car is in really good condition. The interior is in great shape. The car drives immaculate, and I do gotta say that once I've driven this car with the KWs, it is night and day between the BCs. So I never had the BCs, or I never ridden in a car with KWs to compare, but I definitely got to say that KWs are worth the price. So I know BCs are a lot cheaper, but from now on, if I have like a newer BMW or anything else that I can use KWs, I will. Older cars, it's okay, like, you know, to use BCs, but you know, for something like this, I just think that you got to go with KWs. I mean, now definitely after riding in this car, after this car being so low and how good it rides, definitely not going back. So yep, here we have it. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this new project, if you guys are excited that it's a manual and a B58. So hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.